Welcome, everyone, to Everyone's a Little Queer. This week's Currently Queer, Episode 3.
Episode 3, Currently Queer. Here we are.
We are recording in the midst of the Olympics.
It is the Olympics.
Which I know Mark is super excited about. To tell you guys everything about happening in the Olympics.
There's a lot going on.
There's so much happening, and it's been really good, though. It's been fun watching.
Before we do get into today's episode of Currently Queer, just a quick trigger warning. There might be some sensitive conversations that take place today, so just keep that in mind as we go into today's episode of Currently Queer. We will be mentioning briefly the Epstein files, so plan for that.
Ooh, I can't wait for that.
That's one way to put that, but just trigger warning.
All right.
Trigger warning for that. Okay, so we are going to start off episode 3, Currently Queer. First news story, obviously, the Olympics.
Right.
Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about Grindr at the Olympics.
Oh, I love that.
So we are currently, what's today?
Almost a week. We are
almost one full week into the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina. And there's also one other city that there's the Olympics in. Fun fact, this is the most spread out Winter Olympics ever in Olympic history. So look at them go.
Look at them go.
Okay, so Grindr at the Olympics this year. Grindr has made an announcement, and obviously it's already happening right now. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to touch on Grindr. Obviously, queer Grindr. Here we are. So Grindr has announced extra safety measures for the LGBTQ plus community athletes, specifically at this year's Winter Olympics. Their aim is to protect athletes who obviously are not fully out or who come from countries that are hostile towards the LGBTQ plus community. Unfortunately, that's still a thing.
Across the world with so many countries.
Correct. So this year's Olympics are set to make history with at least 45 athletes, according to Team LGBTQ on outsports.com, which we've previously talked about. There are 45 LGBTQ plus athletes representing 13 different countries across 10 different events. Grindr, who, if you don't know, shows who's nearby, and that could be a liability for athletes in the Olympic Village, where there are thousands of athletes packed tightly into small areas. So one of the members of Grindr states, someone outside of the village could browse inside it. Distance data could be used to pinpoint someone's exact location. And simply appearing on Grindr tells the world something about a person's identity that in more than 60 countries remains a criminal offense. So for those who don't know, you can travel to other parts of the world on Grindr. If you pay for a certain subscription service, it allows you more freedom.
Yeah, it's explore and roam, I think is the way they worded it. I think that's the way they worded it. So you could just be like, well, and people do that because if they're going to travel somewhere.
Correct.
They like to, who is around
Who's around.
for, a fun time. Oh, yeah.
In theory, somebody could be like, oh, I want to go drop a pin and see who's in Cortina at the Olympic Village. And, that's not safe for a lot of athletes who either are in the closet still or who literally it's just not safe for them to be who they are in the country that they reside. So some of the alterations that Grindr did was they disabled the Explore and Roam feature.
I was right.
Within the Olympic Village boundaries, meaning that those outside the village will not be able to browse or message users inside. And they also disabled the show distance feature within the village itself. So
perfect.
They're making some headway to try and protect the safety of our Olympians in Team LGBTQ or those who are still closeted for Team LGBTQ. So,
well, and that's like one of the things with the Olympics. They always talk about how many people are like truly fucking at the Olympics. I mean, when you get a bunch of people who are athletes all together for just what they're doing, I mean, it's bound to happen.
If you get a bunch of athletes together for one of the most stressful events in the world, they got to release some stress somehow.
Exactly. And what's that one year that they all had like the cardboard beds and everything? And
wasn't that like Beijing?
I think that was Beijing, yeah. But you got to do something. And, it's good to see like an avenue that is that promotes so much of like gay sexual freedom is also like, hold on, we will also protect all of these people. So it's nice to see that.
Yeah. Shout out to Grindr. Good job.
Good job, Grindr. All right. So mine is, I don't remember her name because it's not worth remembering. The one who took, the Supreme Court recently with the gay rights.
The bitch from Kentucky?
The bitch from Kentucky. The one who was like, had to pay like $300,000 or whatever. So kind of, I could see this happening again with this one here. So in a federal district court last week in Maryland upheld a school district policy on trans affirming names and pronouns, citing that it was not a violation of Kimberly Polk's Christian rights. So she was a substitute teacher in Polk County who have, based on religious grounds and against her, quote, understanding of her own religion and the Holy Bible, refused to use pronouns, saying it was anti-Christian. So big win there. And I'm sure she'll try to appeal it to the Supreme Court as, I believe, the next step for her. But big win there. The federal district court in Maryland saying, no, this is actually kind of ridiculous. And so I did, because I was curious, because the quote from her of her understanding of religion and the Holy Bible, and she does not want to use pronouns because it's anti-Christian. So the biggest pronoun in the Bible is he.
Oh, no.
That pronoun is used in describing God or Jesus or their words and actions as from them.
How many times?
11,354 times.
Wow.
So for somebody who does not like pronouns, I just would like to point that out. That your own book uses a pronoun, and it's always capitalized. So it is a
pronoun.
It is a pronoun, and it is always in the words that it is. So yes,
so funny.
I just want to say, because she's refusing to use pronouns because of her Holy Bible and it's anti-Christian. But Kimberly, if you're listening to everyone's a little queer, currently queer. I did the math.
Think she's listening, honey.
And a quick little Google search.
I don't think she's listening.
Well, I hope so, because
But it's funny. You said her name was what?
I gotta look at this again. Kimberly Polk.
Kimberly. Well, the bitch from Kentucky that nobody likes for trying to take away our marriage equality.
Yes.
Kim Davis.
Oh, that's who it was.
Fuck that bitch.
Like
Kims.
Come on. Kims.
Y'all got to get it together, Kim. Which is funny because
Kim
one of my
is
best friends is Kim. And she literally was my maid of honor at my wedding. So, Kim, I know it's not you, but the other Kims. Come on.
Kims, get it together.
Get it together.
Yeah, I just, anyways, 11,354 times it's used.
He,
she.
How many times is she in the Bible? Probably not often because it's male-dominated.
I think episode 1, Genesis, she ate that apple. Oh, fuck.
I don't know anything about the Bible. So
no, you're Jewish.
Don't ask me anything about the Torah either. And I went to Hebrew school. So anyway.
All
right, moving on. Okay. So.
Is this your trigger?
No.
Oh. Are you saving the trigger for last?
I'm saving that towards the end here, team. The superb owl, also known as the big game.
It was the superb owl. It was great.
AKA the big game.
The 15 minutes in between and halftime was great.
Anyway, so the big game just happened, and the Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. I grew up outside of Boston, so shout out to the Patriots. Unfortunately, they lost. Spoiler alert! If you live under a rock, the Patriots lost. But that's not what we're really talking about. We're here to talk about the Patriots cheerleader by the name of Jeremy Greer. That's hard to say.
Jeremy Greer.
Anyway, so this year, the Super Bowl plays, obviously, like I said, between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. The New England Patriots are supported by Jeremy Greer, whose pronouns, speaking of pronouns, are he, they.
Oh, fun.
And they are an out queer member of the cheerleading squad for the New England Patriots.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's great.
I'm pretty sure it's just them and a bunch of girls.
Oh, so it's a party.
Oh, it's a fucking party. So Greer has a website where they detail their coming out journey.
Oh, fun.
And I dug deep into it. And so I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about Jeremy Greer's story. And these are direct quotes from Jeremy Greer from his website. And if anybody wants to learn more about Jeremy Greer's story, I highly recommend you check it out and learn more about it. And you can find that in our links below or the information from our podcast. So, Jeremy Greer states that as a queer person, my identity, my life's journey has been impacted greatly by my queerness. My voice is that of a queer person, and in turn, my creation inherently is queer. Though it may not be the story of my coming out or a dance related directly to my struggles or success in queerness, there is no way that my work can be void of my queer experiences. These experiences are so deeply rooted to my core that there is no way around it. This then means, given the social climate that we are currently living in, that my creations are inherently, in some sense of a form, activism. I, whether inherently or not, speak out about the experiences of a queer person. I may speak only for myself, but I am a queer voice, speaking out in a world that strives to silence me. I exist in two worlds, one with my family and friends, and most, emphasis on the most, a dance setting. The one where I can be as queer as I want to be, unapologetically me. The other, the one with everyone else. The TCU campus, the grocery store, restaurants, bars, malls, everywhere pretty much. This is the world where I hide who I am. TCU, Texas Christian University.
Yeah.
Woof. They're from Texas. This is the world where I hide who I am. Maybe it's out of fear. Maybe it's out of protection. Either way, I hide who I am. Do I look too gay? Do I walk too gay? Avoiding as much as possible. You don't want to sound gay. Not a single piece of clothing I wear or word I say is not thought about. It is all a careful process of crafting this image, an image that is not truly me. So Jeremy obviously is from Texas. He went to Texas Christian University, TCU, Horned Frogs. I knew that, right? Y'all are impressed.
Was that in your research?
No.
Oh.
One of my professors from college went to TCU,
okay.
so that's the only reason I know that.
I was like, I didn't even know that.
But so they talk about how they strive, or they, had to work really hard in college to try and hide who they are.
Right.
But now where they are in their career, they understand that their performance is inherently an activist perspective because they're not going to hide who they are. So we're going to jump a little bit forward to where they say, currently, I am working to bring forth unapologetically Jeremy to the world. They have decided that they're going to stop hiding, stop apologizing. It's time to stop being shameful for being who I am. Now, it is much easier to preach this on paper than enact it into my everyday life. I just keep trying to remind myself that the only one I hurt when I hide is myself.
True.
Ultimately, they say, I am a dancer and I am a queer person, and anytime I can make life better for my peers in the same boat, I'm going to do so. Maybe my dance will become more overtly a form of activism. Who knows what the future holds? All I know is that the journey is not over yet, and I'm going to go forward. It is going to be damn hard to shut me up.
Ooh, I love
so
that.
this was all written a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Is when they wrote. They have a blog on their website. And so it's funny to go back or not funny, but it is a little bit ironic, don't you think? to read that story. And now here they are on the biggest stage in the world at the Super Bowl, performing as queer as they possibly, performing queer and being the only male identifying person in the cheerleading group that I saw. I could be wrong, but from what I saw, the only male identifying person in the cheer squad for the New England Patriots, and now here they are living their life as queer as they possibly could be on one of the biggest stages in the entire world. And so I just really loved that, and I wanted to spotlight them. So shout out to Jeremy Greer and being queer and doing so at like the literally biggest stage in the world. So
and all the eyes were on them, and it was amazing. And
sorry you guys lost.
Yeah, I mean, sad potatoes, but there's always next year.
Hey, there's always next time. But I do think it's cool that you got to share your story in such a cool way. And also, I highly recommend go check out their website, because their blog, like this is just their one blog post about them coming out and their story of, having to kind of come to terms with them being queer. And it's just so cool to read that one. But there's so many they're an incredible writer, and they've got all these different essays that they put out on a regular basis through their blog on their website. And I can't recommend it enough. So shout out to you, Jeremy Greer.
I think that's so much fun because you get such good queer representation in something that is such an overtly masculine sport, or the cheerleading over effeminate. So to have a queer person out there and just this team who obviously has embraced who they are is
don't
wonderful.
Count the owner, but everything else the Patriots have done has been great. But don't pay attention to the owner.
Is he's part of your ending?
No,
I thought
he's not.
There was a couple football owners I thought that were.
Yeah, no, he's not. But he definitely was at the Melania premiere sitting with Donald Trump.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. Anyway. But let's also, can we quickly touch on the superb owl for a second?
Superb owl. Go ahead. I mean, you were already there.
Bad Bunny.
Oh, so good.
That was incredible. I loved everything about that. And
it was fun. It was very fun to watch. And I loved all the little, I love catching Pedro Pascal in there, and just all these little things that were just subtle nuances that were part of the show. I mean, other than, it's visually just stimulating, and it was enjoyable. but I enjoyed
I thought it
every
was
minute
really
of
cool.
it.
Obviously, like, I'm not Puerto Rican yet, but like, I thought it was really cool knowing their culture, having been to Puerto Rico like literally multiple times and studied a lot about it. The nuances you got as they were making their way through literally like the history and story of Puerto Rico and all these like literal nuances of everyday life through everyday people. I personally have never felt more American watching this diversity and embracing like the diversity that is America.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Do I know any of Bad Bunny's music?
No.
Did I care? Absolutely
No.
not. I thought it was one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows I've ever seen. And I mean, Lady Gaga was there and she did that was so good.
I'm pretty sure
and
as
then
soon as we
Ricky
saw
Martin
her
was there and oh my God, he was looking fine as hell.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And I literally until like 8 hours later, I had no idea that those people were grass or that the grass was people.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
No, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Bad Bunny, and I loved that performance. I thought it was incredible, and I honestly felt really American watching it. And to all those that watched the other one, go fuck yourselves.
Okay,
your turn.
Are you done with the Superb Owl?
I am done with the Superb Owl.
Okay, wonderful. So I don't think many people know. Obviously, we like to binge watch TV sometimes.
I love a binge.
We love a binge. I think one of my favorite binges is always Bridgerton because I hate cliffhanger episodes.
We still haven't even watched the latest season.
Right, I'm well aware, which I'm happy about. However,
there's drama around that one, isn't there?
There's a little bit with Benedict.
Oh, he's cute.
He's very cute.
Isn't he a gay?
He's
a bisexual.
In the show he's bisexual, right? And so as a bisexual, I thought this.
You're bisexual?
So yeah, a little bit.
No way.
Yeah.
Surprise.
If you didn't know, like go to Everyone's a Little Queer episode 1. But I thought this like touched on like a lot of bisexual freedom, and so Jess Brunel, he is like part of like why Bridgerton is Bridgerton. So this was like a huge thing. A lot of people are getting backlash, or they're getting a lot of backlash on the character Benedict Bridgerton, played by Luke Thompson's bisexual character, because in season 1, remember he was like with the art teacher and like that whole orgy
I thought
group.
That was like 2.
Whatever. No, I think that was like in the middle of season 1 or 2.
No, it definitely was not season 1.
You sure?
It was definitely not season 1.
Either way,
it was
he was
3.
experimenting with all the bisexuality.
Oh, he went to the art thing where they all did the things.
They did lots of things. However, so Jess Brownell said, because they were getting backlash, that I guess Benedict's character ends up with a woman, or he's dating a woman, or like towards the end, like however it means. So they were in a opposite sex relationship, and they got they got a lot of backlash on that from people. And I thought this was like super. I love this quote from Brownell. Says, "It's really important that just because someone might end up in a heterosexual presenting relationship, that does not negate their queerness." And I thought that was so powerful, like for them to come out and just say, hey, like this person is bisexual, this character is bisexual, we have that representation. And that's why they wanted to have Benedict's character as a bisexual, because they were noticing that there wasn't a lot of representation. It's either like gay, lesbian, trans, in kind of shows like that, but not having this like bisexual person out there. So that's why they wanted this person in there. They wanted that character development, and they're standing by whether that person is in a heterosexual relationship or a same-sex relationship. It's important to have that visibility and that representation, and I thought that was super cool to have in there.
I don't want to like spoiler alert because like I hadn't even seen this season, but I know there's drama with what happened in this season. Did you see anything about that?
No, because I don't.
Do you want me to tell you?
You can tell me. I still watch it.
So like there's drama because they end up in a straight relationship, and everybody says that there's a lot of people arguing that how dare you take away from their queerness because he's in a straight relationship,
right?
And it's like that's not fair. Here.
That's what all that was about. Yeah, that's what this is all about. Is he ends up in the relationship, and they like the producers.
I didn't know if you like wanted to like spoiler alert.
I was spoiled whenever I was like researching this.
I know, but like
that's what this whole thing was about.
You didn't like say like spoiler alert. He's straight, or he's not straight.
He's not straight. He's bisexual.
Right, but a lot of people are like, well, because he didn't marry a man.
Yeah, but that
in the what's it called? Promenading.
He didn't promenade.
He didn't promenade with another man.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're holding true-ish to time period-wise of that, he's not going to anyways.
See, I don't know anything about like
he was
how that time period was with. Where are they? Europe?
I would assume, yeah. I think Europe, but it doesn't matter. It's like that time period-wise, they're not going to end up with a man. They're just going to go
to the brothel. Is
to the
that what it is?
bathhouse.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Touche.
Right. Like that's where they're going to go. So I don't know. The fact that there's like that representation out there.
I think people should be happy that it's there at all.
Right. I think right. And I think that's what we're forgetting is that here is some sort of visibility and here is somebody that's trying to hold true to that, even if they do end up in that. Like they said, the heterosexual relationship does not take away from their queerness. And it's super important. I think that people need to remember that.
Correct.
Especially our community. We have to stick together and represent and understand that not all representation is always gay. It can be
That's why
presented in a way that is just,
queerness is a spectrum.
very much. Yeah, absolutely. So
So
I love
love
that,
that.
and I can't wait to binge it.
Jinx. I know. I do really want to. I do want to.
I know we need to.
I do want to watch it, but I just thought it was funny that I'm like, why you can still be bisexual and marry a man? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
She can be marry a man or a woman
Well,
because you're bisexual.
Bisexuality.
And you marrying somebody of the opposite gender doesn't negate your bisexualness.
Right. Yeah. No, not at all. Be you.
Okay.
You good?
We're going to get a little emotional.
All right.
Oh, no. Okay. I don't think I personally could have an episode of Currently Queer without mentioning a member, not specifically a member of our community, but a strong ally of our community that we lost.
I forgot you were going to do this.
Yeah. I'm getting emotional. Sorry. Schitt's Creek is one of the greatest shows of all time, and it really hits hard for me and especially for Bernard in our relationship. It was a big founding, factor, or not factor. It was just a big founding.
A bonding experience.
That's a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good bonding experience for us, and it brought us together. It was a COVID show that we watched together when our relationship was just starting to flourish. Our wedding song was Noah Reed's version of Simply the Best. There's a neon outside this room out there from our wedding that is Simply the Best.
And we carry it with us every day.
I carry that song.
It's in our
that
rings.
motto. It's literally the inside of our wedding ring says
Yep.
Simply the Best. But Catherine O'Hara passed away on January 30th at the age of 71. This has been not a great start to 2026.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's been wild.
We've lost some people that I don't feel, not that anybody deserve. Well, it just, this is how do I phrase this? Whenever famous people pass away, I've never been emotionally moved before. I don't think I've ever had somebody such as Catherine O'Hara that has been such a large impact on my life that I've physically had to take a moment to get my shit together because it's not like I knew her personally. It's not like I didn't know her at all, but her art that she did and her performances that she had, not just in Schitt's Creek, but also in, I really loved Beetlejuice. And
so she was always, she had a way of holding the scene and very much being just this huge just spot on everything. She was so captivating. Every little thing that she ever did, she was captivating in. Obviously, most recently as Moira Rose.
Yeah. So I just wanted to touch a little bit about Catherine O'Hara. In 2020, Catherine O'Hara won the Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for her work in the celebrated 6th and final season of Schitt's Creek. She was also known as a queer ally and icon for her multiple theatrical and often campy performances over multiple decades. I wanted to highlight this one quote from 2019 where Catherine O'Hara explained why the show Schitt's Creek got the LGBTQ representation right that it deserved. And this is what she said. She said, Daniel Levy has created a world that he wants to live in, and a world that I want to live in. It's ridiculous that we live in a world where we don't know how to respect each other and let each other be. It's crazy. Other shows should follow suit and present the world and present humans as the best way that we can be. It doesn't mean you can't laugh, that you can't be funny in light ways and dark ways. It's all still possible when you respect and love each other. All she wanted was everybody to love and respect each other, and she lived by that every single day, and I just really love Catherine O'Hara, and I'm sad she's gone.
Yeah, it was such a... I didn't believe it at first.
I didn't either. And
I don't think anybody did. I think it was just what the fuck? What? No, how?
Yeah. It was a shock, and I was also a shock to some of her family. And
Yeah.
apparently, she was sick with some cancer that she didn't disclose, and then she had a
Pulmonary embolism.
yes,
Yeah.
that led to her
Yeah.
passing unexpectedly. And so it's really sad. And Catherine O'Hara, I love you forever and always. And thank you for the joy that you've brought into my life and the joy that you've brought into me and my husband and to our entire LGBTQ plus community. We love you, and you will forever be in our hearts. And I can't tell you how many times I will forever continue to watch Schitt's Creek, even though I know every single line.
Yeah. I mean, it's on. I restarted it.
Yeah.
I just restarted it. Like I had to. You have to. You have to watch it right now.
Was it 2 years ago? We went out to St. Louis and we saw Nora Reid in concert.
Yeah.
And they talked so highly of Catherine O'Hara. And then there's this really sweet video that went around after she passed of Nora Reid singing, and Catherine O'Hara, she was being honored with some award. I'm not sure what it was. And he was singing a song that he dedicated to her. And she was just sobbing because it just goes to show like the relationship that they all built and had together on set. They would do tours, and do shows while they were, filming or after filming, just because they had such a strong community and such a strong following by the Schitt's Creek fans. And I just
one of those things, like my heart goes out to
Daniel and Eugene.
Well, Eugene has known her his entire career. I mean, they've
worked together on countless different
so many different things.
And she said she would do the pilot as a favor for him, just to be like, hey, I'll help you get this pilot done.
Yeah.
And she just signed on as a pilot to help them,
to greenlight it.
To greenlight it and pitch it to networks. And then when they did it, the one episode, he saw the work that she did for that character. And even she was like, oh, I can't let this character go.
There would be nobody else in this world that could
do Moira.
That would have done Moira.
Absolutely not.
Any justice.
No.
So
anyway, well, I love you, Catherine O'Hara. And
well, I love that.
Thanks for your joy.
Oh yeah, and everything that she did.
Sorry, I got emotional.
It's our podcast. We do whatever we want.
I know. It's just sad.
Yeah. But it's also, like you said, the love that is out there that she gave and that she radiated is just, you're not going to find that anywhere else. And the allyship, it was absolutely incredible. But speaking of love, we're going to go to, I think, Cologne.
Germany?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where this next one takes us. Yeah. Another, the theme of the day, trend alert, is bisexuality.
Oh, I thought you were going to say death.
No. God, no. Trend, dead. No. Pascal Kaiser.
Who's that?
He is a referee for...
Is it the one that got engaged?
It is the one that got engaged.
Oh my God. I only briefly saw this.
Yeah, so...
Okay, cool.
Pascal Kaiser, bisexual, proposed to his boyfriend Moritz in Cologne amongst 50,000 people after he was done refereeing one of the games, and had the flag, got on one knee, like on the sidelines, everything just was embraced by 50,000 people. And after that, I love, as I was reading the article about it, it said in a gay German website interview. So he did an interview afterwards, and it just was very
gay German
website. He says, I know how lonely it can be to think that you're the only one. I want no one to ever feel that way again. And that's why he put his love out there for everybody to see. And everybody to embrace and see that, again, just like what we're trying to do here with this platform, so he used his platform as a soccer referee. He has the attention of, the fans in the stadium, and then obviously the fans that are watching, to show,
because it was on TV too. They broadcasted it. It wasn't just like you had to be there during a commercial break at the stadium. No, it was.
They were showing it. So, He wanted to be out there, and he said he wanted to be out there. We are here, we are queer, and we could be happy and out.
Aww.
And it's so sweet, But as with all good, there's a little bit of bad out there as well. So I will say that I know we don't. There's actually, I look at the Spotify and the trends and like where we get listeners in from, and there are some in Germany. There's like
that listen to our podcast.
Yeah, there's like 7% like listen to our podcast in Germany.
Hey, Germany! I've been there. I loved it. It was great time.
So, but after that, after he proposed, within like the last week or so, he actually was
some backlash.
Well, he was actually attacked at his home.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. Somebody had doxed his address online and attacked him at home to where he had to go to the hospital.
No.
So
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
the Cologne, I believe they're still looking for the perpetrator. I haven't seen that they have found him yet. As
Stop
of
it.
this
That's
podcast.
some horror movie shit.
Yeah. But also, it's just shitty because you have all these people who were like celebrating him and this one fucking asshole who just can't let somebody be happy. Like, here, if you don't like gay marriage, don't get gay married.
It's not a hard concept.
Nobody is asking you to come sleep in bed with.
I thought this was gonna be like such a happy story.
It's it. He's not letting it ruin
Natalie
himself.
Guthrie shit.
Yeah, he's not letting him ruin himself or nothing like that. But he is, it is one of those things that no matter, even if we try to be as happy as we can, we have to remember
That's
there's
still
still
a thing.
shitty fucking people. And even in a place like, Germany, where it's, is it more progressive than America?
I don't really know.
Yeah.
Probably nowadays.
I mean, nowadays, but it's one of those things. We definitely need to.
Damn it, that sucks.
Yeah. Obviously.
They didn't catch the guy?
As of right now, I haven't seen that they've caught the person.
That's some Natalie Guthrie
They
shit.
waited outside his house and then just
At least they didn't kidnap him like Natalie Guthrie's people did.
Yeah. Which hopefully, if you see or hear anything on that, because I know they had somebody in
They
custody.
released him.
Yeah, because they didn't have enough to hold him. But I know, but it was good,
Let's focus on how cute their engagement was, and we're happy that he's alive.
and he's doing better. He's home.
doing better.
Yep, he's home. He's
and
doing
hopefully
well.
they catch and prosecute the
Oh yeah,
person.
the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. I was so excited. I was like, ooh, cute, fun, happy story. Bam.
Gotcha. So,
Beaten in his own home by some fuck. Anyway, well, at least they had a cute engagement.
I think so. Could you imagine if I proposed to you with 50,000 people around?
I would throw up. You wouldn't. First of all, I would not be in a place with 50,000 people, like, to start off with, let alone, like, the center of attention of 50,000 people.
If I was, like, to pull you down and be like, babe, come with me to the sideline, you would have been like, something's going on and I'm going to throw up.
That would not go over well. Okay, so today is Wednesday, October 11th when we're recording, so I am behind. This is as of October 9th. I'm sorry, I think everybody should stay up to date on Team LGBTQ and the Olympics. It's like the greatest thing of all time. So anyway, as of October 9th, Team LGBTQ. So as of October 9th, a few days ago, Team LGBTQ was third place in Winter Olympic medal count, ahead of Team USA. Not that it matters, but this is also a couple days old. There's been some more medals that I've won, and I highly recommend you go to outsports.com to stay up to date on Team LGBTQ's medal count.
Yes.
Anyway, but I wanted to highlight some Olympic gold medalists. So we're going to start off with first the Queen from Switzerland. Okay, please, I don't want to butcher this. Switzerland's Mathilde Gramond.
No, I think you killed it. I think you just.
I was,
slayed.
because if you looked at how Matilda is spelled.
I'm terrible with names.
Hold
even
on.
Pascal
Look at that.
Kaiser, I was
Look how
ugh.
Matilda is spelled.
No, I'm
See,
okay. Yeah.
I was proud that I figured that out from where I am in life. Okay, so Switzerland's Mathilde Gramond was one of the newly identified members of Team LGBTQ. She was competing in Milan Cortina 2026, where she successfully defended her Olympic title in slope style skiing. She got the gold.
Is that the one with the bumps?
No, that's not that.
Oh,
it's
man,
something
the
else.
bumps thing is just
The bumps. It looks like your knees are
they
just
just shatter your knees.
That's slalom.
So, editing mark here, it is definitely not skiing slalom or ski slalom. That's not it. That's the one with the flags that you ski through, kind of like canoe slalom, but that's ski slalom. So this is ski moguls, the one where you have like the bumps when you're going down the mountain. So just for clarification, ski moguls, not ski slalom.
So mazel tov to Mathilde Gramont. Next, we're going to spotlight Breezy Johnson. She actually won the first medal out of any LGBTQ plus athlete or any athlete from Team USA. At Milan, she was the winner of the women's downhill skiing event. It was Johnson's first Olympic medal after recently winning 2 gold medals at the World Championships. So mazel tov to Breezy Johnson.
Wonderful.
Hello, everybody. Editing mark here once again. I did just want to give a quick shout out to Breezy Johnson. Mazel tov. She got engaged. engaged. She got engaged on Thursday, February 12th. She got engaged when her boyfriend proposed at the finish line of her final race on Thursday, February 12th in Milano Cortina at the Olympics. Her boyfriend, Connor Watkins, got down on one knee and pulled out a ring just minutes after Johnson competed in the women's Super G, where she crashed and unfortunately she couldn't finish the race. So while she didn't finish the race with a medal, she did finish the race with a ring on her finger. So I love that. Congratulations, Breezy Johnson. Also, this does go back to what we were talking about earlier, where just because you marry or are in a relationship with a person of the opposite gender, that does not negate your bisexualness. So just because she's marrying a man does not negate her bisexuality. So congratulations, Breezy Johnson. We love that for you. And back to the episode.
Now we can't talk about the Olympics and gold medals without mentioning our queen, the lovely Amber Glenn. So we already talked about Amber Glenn once. Amber Glenn, we love that you loved our Instagram post the other day because that made me cry.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It was so sweet. And I loved every minute of it.
That was fun just to wake up. I literally woke up and was like, oh my God, Amber Glenn liked our Instagram post? No way.
I woke up to the screenshots from you. And
it was like
really
7
cute.
a.m. My alarm was going off. I did not want to be up, but we had to get the kids ready for school. I opened my phone and saw Amber Glenn liked my Instagram post, and I was like, work.
Yeah.
Let's start the day. While she's at the Olympics, she had the time. Girl, I respect you. So Amber Glenn, while she didn't have the best free skate for Team USA, she did give it a high enough score that helped Team USA get their first gold medal. So muzzle tough to them. And another thing I want to highlight about Amber Glenn is she is not holding back. And I love the fact that she's using the Olympics to become an outspoken LGBTQ plus rights activist, where she said that she has received multiple threats on social media and says that during her pre-Olympics press conference, where she mentioned that she had a queer community and she's going through a hard time among the political climate under President Donald Trump, because let's be real, he literally just had the flag removed from Stonewall.
Yeah.
Literally it's a national monument in New York City, and he had the flag removed, which also, while we're here, quick shout out to the LGBT plus community and the allies in New York who have literally zip tied flags to the Stonewall Monument in New York. So shout out to them.
And I think that was today. No, tomorrow.
Mayor Mamdani said he's putting a flag up.
No, that's tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, Thursday,
so that's going to be Thursday the 12th.
12th. I believe they're doing the raising of the flag. They're going to put one back up on there, and it's like I think there's a ton of people trying to go. And the owner of the Stonewall
She was there today.
She was there today talking about it. Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Amber Glenn. She said, I was disappointed because I've never had so many people wish harm on me before just for being me and speaking about being decent, human rights, and decency. Glenn said Sunday night wearing the LGBTQ plus pin on her team jacket during the team's medal ceremony. So she's had some backlash, obviously. She's even cut back on her social media stuff just because of the backlash and hate that she's received. I know it's not easy, but I did just want to shout out Amber Glenn for using the world stage to
speak their minds, speak their truth. And...
Well, yeah, I mean, speak your truth and also speak up for your community and stand up for what you know is right.
Right. And that goes back to using your platform. If you have one and you feel comfortable enough to use it in that way, use the platform that you have to stand up for the marginalized, the people who can't, that don't feel like they have the voice. Right now, the whole world is watching everybody in Milan. And if you get up there and you use it in a positive way and you're up there saying, hey, this is wrong, or this, and speaking out. Yes, there's going to be backlash. Absolutely. It's understandable because, keyboard warriors and some people are just hateful to be hateful. And it's unfortunate. Well, it's unfortunate. It is horrible to see, but she is standing strong and she's doing wonderfully. And every time. And even the curling guy.
He's cute.
Well, he got on there.
He got some heat too.
He got some heat because in his post interview, and he said, look, he goes, I am a lawyer. I know what is happening is unconstitutional and it's not right. He got up there and he used that platform to express his First Amendment right of free speech and protest. Proud of him for that, and proud of anybody that's going to use this platform right now where all eyes are on you, just like Bad Bunny did, just like AOC does every single day coming out of the Capitol.
Jasmine Crockett today?
Yeah, she was on
and that
fire.
hearing with Pam Bondi. Fuck that bitch.
Secretary? You mean Attorney General? Couldn't tell.
Oh my God. What's her name? Representative Guayaquil?
I think so.
Either way.
Yeah. But that was
we're
funny.
getting off track.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I do want to also mention that there are other athletes competing for Team USA who have been very outspoken, who are not necessarily just part of the LGBTQ plus community, but are just using this platform of the world stage to highlight the fascist takeover of America. I'll put it straight up, and using this platform to speak up for what's right. And so shout out to all the athletes who are taking advantage of the world stage to speak up for what's right. So
Yeah, proud of them.
proud
I
of them.
appreciate them.
You're doing great. Keep it up, Team USA. I love you. I love the Olympics.
I know. It's on every single TV. So my last one is kind of to piggyback off what we talked about last week, or last Currently Queer, I should say, but the importance of voting, because between then and now,
There's been some
the state of Indiana, expected in a red state, the state Senate, though, 38-7 passed a
38-7.
38-7 to change the legal definition of a male and female based solely upon birth and nothing else, which would immediately change a ton and affect, again, trans people. So the importance of voting right now, and especially here in 2026, and being informed and being what's happening is we cannot stress that enough out there. And it's not going to have just reverberations across, people that are trans, that are out living in the community, as free people. It also, the ACLU of Indiana chapter said that one of the biggest things is going to be incarcerated people who are trans that will immediately have to be sent to a different facility, based upon their gender assigned at birth, and not that they've been transitioned or anything like that. And so, and the discrimination, the hate crime is so high in incarceration. And look, people
Those
in
poor
prison are
people
still people. And so, again, if you go listen, I believe it's episode 2 where we do it with Levi, we talk about everything that goes into a trans person and becoming trans and all of the work. It's not something that these people have made a rash decision overnight to just transition. So even if they're incarcerated, it doesn't matter. The fact that now they're going to be put into these harm's way, it's just, we shouldn't be, we don't promote that. That's not who we are. So again, the importance of getting out there and voting right now is high here in 2026. Be informed, and there's a lot of resources out there. If you're unfamiliar with, what's going on, reach out. There's a lot of resources in your communities and everybody's communities to help out with that. So I just saw that, and I saw that like 2 days ago, and it really pissed me off.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And it's pretty much, 38-7 is just.
That feels like 38-7?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
That's state. You got to get your shit together.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Also, we have a really awesome trans guest coming on the podcast soon. Really excited.
Yeah. We're so excited.
Okay, so trigger warning. We're going to talk about the Epstein files here for a sec.
Yep.
I felt it was important, besides Pam Bondi's disastrous testification today before the...
Did you make that word? Is that a new word?
Testification? Testifying?
I don't know.
What's testifying in the past tense?
Testified.
Yeah, but like...
She testified before Congress today.
Yeah, but it was like...
I don't know. I think testification is a new word.
It's a fun word. Okay. Well, before her testification, before she testified before the what's it called?
Oversight.
House Oversight Committee, which was a fucking disaster. Absolute disaster. So obviously there were some updates to the Epstein files here in the past couple days, where there are some unredactions because they were improperly redacted by the DOJ.
Right.
Shocking. And so part of the unredactions was it was revealed that a man by the name of Casey Wasserman was a co-conspirator in the Epstein files. And Casey Wasserman is also CEO of the Wasserman Agency, a large talent agency in California, in LA. And the one, the only, the queen. I love you so much, Chappell Roan. I'm so proud of her. She came out this morning and she said, Chappell Roan has left the Wasserman Agency after a founder appears in the Epstein files. Chapel Roan states, as of today, I am no longer represented by Wasserman, the talent agency led by Casey Wasserman. I hold my teams to the highest standards and have a duty to protect them as well. No artist, agent, or employee should ever be expected to defend or overlook actions that conflict so deeply with our own moral values. I have deep respect and appreciation for the agents and staff who work tirelessly for their artists, and I refuse to passively stand by. Artists deserve representation that aligns with their values and supports their safety and dignity. This decision reflects my belief that meaningful change in our industry requires accountability and leadership that earns trust. Yes, Chapel! I love that. I love Chapel Roan so much. I love how outspoken she is. She's not afraid to say fuck you, and I'm not putting up with this shit. And I was really happy
She's going down to the Pink Pony Club.
Hey, good for her. I was really happy to see that she took a stand and that she is, not putting up with that shit. Another queer member of the community who we all love and think are absolutely incredible, Orville Peck, also left. So Orville Peck states, in light of the recent findings regarding Casey Wasserman, I have made the decision to no longer be represented by the Wasserman Talent Agency. My heartfelt thanks goes out to my personal team, some of whom I have respected, trusted, and worked with for close to a decade. I leave with a huge amount of compassion for the rest of the agents and staff at the agency who are being left with a situation that impacts all of our work and our livelihoods. And it is hard because it's not like the people that work at the agency, like,
right,
they weren't they weren't in the Epstein files themselves. But I do understand, and I respect Orville and I respect Chapel for making the, in my opinion, correct decision to leave and make a profound statement by not working for some agency who was involved in a child sex pedophile trafficking ring.
Absolutely. And it's hard when you don't want your brand associated with that, because it looks like you're
not a good look.
Yeah, it's not a good look. So
I think that's all I have. Go Team USA.
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the Olympics. Have fun. And thanks for listening to Currently Queer on Everyone's a Little Queer. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.